Hello, everybody. My name's Real Odd One. Welcome to another video. Now, it's been a long time since I've made a video, but just kind of decided that maybe I'd post something today. But it's a little different than anything I've ever done. Not really sure what I'm doing, but I just figured this is the best way to get my idea out into the world. So, if you can't read by the title, this is a game idea that I've been thinking of for a while. I don't know if it'll ever become a thing, it's just an idea. But I hope that if you watch this video, that you enjoy my idea. If you like it, maybe one day it'll become a reality. I don't know. I don't know how to program or anything, so without any further ado, I can't believe I made a slideshow. I can't believe it. But anyway, let's get started. So, the game that I am thinking of is going to be called Broken We Divide, A Nation at War. So, the game takes place right after the end of World War III, which is in 2094. So, the world's gone to shit and everything's really bad right now. And the US government is what has fallen. There's no government, everything is really bad. And so this new organization, known as the New World Republic, decides to come in and starts up in an attempt to try to save the United States. And that is going to be run by Jonathan R. Raptor. He thinks that the only way that the world can be saved is by creating superhumans to keep everybody safe, to make sure another world war never breaks out. So, his idea of saving the world is by creating superhumans who will keep the world safe from anything bad like another world war from happening again, because literally the world cannot handle another world war because it pretty much was on fire for like a long time, so it's really a mess. So Joseph R. Raptor decides to make this superhumans to keep the peace, but he needs volunteers, so he rounds up about 1,000 people around the nation who would like to participate in this experiment to become superhuman. So he rounds up about 1,000 volunteers to experiment on, and unfortunately, only 3 of the 1,000 volunteers survived the transformation. So you're playing the main character that you're playing as is known as Bullseye, or Subject 479. During the process, Bullseye had their name stripped away, their identity. They don't remember anything. They're just a soldier. And all that they know how to do is take orders from Jonathan or members of the NWR. They're the perfect soldier. They don't ask questions. They get the job done. They're pretty much indestructible, and they're cybernetically enhanced. So Bullseye is still human in a way, still has like human bones and stuff. And if you think about Wolverine has like metal and stuff that was injected into his bones and stuff. It's kind of like that, almost like you could think of Bullseye as like the Terminator almost. It's kind of weird, but Bullseye has been cybernetically enhanced along with the 2 other people or beings that survived the transformation. And now they are under the control of NWR, and they do missions and try to they think they're keeping the peace. So what happens is after the NWR is formed, a resistance group is created, and they call themselves the Divided. And they've been causing a lot of trouble for the NWR. They're trying to stop all the plans. They've been attacking their bases, and they've just been destroying the whole the everything the NWR has been trying to build. So they think that they just need to stop this whole new resistance. So they send their 3 lapdogs after the one of their main bases, which is holding Ricky Lavarne, who is the scientist who has also created a new serum to create superhumans that doesn't involve having cybernetics like implanted into them and everything. So their mission: go to the base, capture the scientist, kill everybody who gets in their way, and then return to the main base of the NWR. But unfortunately, things don't go as planned, and Bullseye gets captured. But it's pretty much for the best in this case. So, like I said, Bullseye is a cybernetically enhanced superhuman who has had their identity, their memories, and their sexuality, everything about them has been stripped away. They're genderless, and they can't remember anything about their past. So it makes them makes them eligible to be the perfect soldier, which this little chip there's a chip that's been inserted into the back of their neck, which is covered by their helmet that they wear, which I'll explain a little more in a little bit. So the chip is the way that the NWR can control their 3 lapdogs, that includes Bullseye. And the only way to stop these new cybernetic superhumans is to remove or damage the chip in the back of their neck. Unfortunately, Bullseye's like a trained assassin times 10 and can kick ass like no tomorrow. But the scientist known as Ricky was able to recreate the serum and create more superhuman beings who are able to pin her down, remove her helmet. Well, I keep saying her, but it's a then what? Okay. But they remove Bullseye's helmet and are able to destroy the chip. And she could Bullseye blacks out. I keep saying she because Bullseye was a she before all this happened, but don't mind me. But Bullseye blacks out and wakes up, and the resistance is like the tries to explain that the NWR is not what they seem. That the leader Joseph, or not Joseph, Jonathan, is not who is trying to take over the world. He's using Bullseye and the 2 other lapdogs to take over the world, and the divided, or the resistance, is trying to stop that from happening. So Ricky tells her that it's possible. Like, she doesn't believe him or anything. Like, Bullseye is like, you're full of bullshit. So they say, well, you can get your memories back. That the NWR has her memories stored in like a hard drive that can be inserted where the chip was, and she can be able to remember everything. Again, I keep saying she because before all this, Bullseye was a she, but it's confusing. I'm confusing everybody. Sorry. So Bullseye is like, okay, so you're saying that they've been lying to me. I say I do believe you, and that the world is going to end if we don't stop them. What do we do? So they pretty much tell Bullseye that they have to put a stop to the NWR, and she agrees to do so. Okay, this slide isn't going. Okay, there we go. So they go. So Bullseye is now free to do whatever they want. They are no longer under the NWR's control, and decides to go with Ricky and 4 other superhumans to go destroy the NWR. So the NWR is learned that of the betrayal that Bullseye has done, and they're sending everything, like every weapon, everything they have to destroy the Resistance and Bullseye. But the whole game is pretty much just the mission of Bullseye and their new companions going to stop the NWR and put an end to Jonathan's like new world idea of ruling it with an iron fist and creating mindless superhuman soldiers to do so. So that's pretty much the game. I know it might sound confusing. I've kind of been jumping back and forth, but if you want to read like the slideshow, that's kind of why I have it. It will help put my idea down. But the game will be in first person, and it will be mainly shooting because it's going to be just the mission. It's good. The whole game is just the mission of trying to put an end to the NWR, and it's gonna be it's gonna be violent. It's not gonna be like super gory, I guess. It's not gonna be like really bad like some games, but there is gonna be some bad language too, cause swearing. What can you do with it, right? And there are gonna be cutscenes. The the game isn't necessarily gonna be made up only of cutscenes. That's not what I want the game to be. I want there to be action. I want the people who want to play it, I want them to have that action and stuff like that. But that's pretty much my idea. Oh wait, I forgot about the armor. The armor. So Bullseye, everybody knows what Deathstroke looks like, right? He's got that kind of armor in his helmet that covers up his entire head. Well, imagine him being a robot, and instead of like his orange usual kind of layout, it's black and gray with some red on it, and on the helmet there's just a bullseye. That's kind of what I was thinking. I might draw it and post it on like my Twitter or something later on. But that's kind of what Bullseye looks like. And again, that's what I wanted to say. That I said I would say something about like the armor and how they got her helmet off later, but that's kind of what I was going for. So the end goal is to save the United States, to pretty much just save the world from this crazy organization who wants to create superhumans, mindless superhumans that will rule it with the iron fist. And Bullseye really wants to get their memories back. What I was thinking for the end of the game, the end of the game is going to be the Resistance and Bullseye taking out or saving the other two cybernetic humans that were created. And they save the world, they take out pretty much everyone in the NWR, and at the very end, we Bullseye gets the memory chip to receive all the memories that were stolen from them. In that process, for throughout the entire game, we never see Bullseye's face. So at the end, we find out that Bullseye was a she, and she takes off her helmet and kind of sees that she was taken and tortured by this whole organization and not a volunteer at all. And she realizes that it was all a lie, and she's very thankful that the resistance saved her and that she finally put a stop to the madness that the NWR was putting on people. But I'm not sure if there'll be like more NWR like bases around that could restart the whole organization. So I think the game's gonna end with her just being like, there's more people. There's more threats out in the world, and I don't think that anyone else besides me can stop them, and that's kind of like how the game will end. But That's pretty much what I was going for. I know that was a lot to take in, but holy shit, that felt great to get off my chest. And I'm so sorry for swearing. It's, oh god, it's like second nature to me. I can't help it. I'm so sorry. But that's pretty much all the things to know about the game. If you really want to look at, so, like, pause the video and just look at the slideshow and mute my loud ass. That's perfectly fine. But that's kind of my idea of what my game, if I could develop my own game, that's kind of what it would be like. But thank you, everybody who was so nice to stop by and look at my crappy video. I know I don't post. I know I'm not really the best at making videos, but I do appreciate it that you stopped by. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate. You don't understand how much I appreciate you stopping by and just listening to me rant for almost 16 minutes now. And I just really appreciate it. I don't really need likes. I don't really give a crap about the likes. I just really appreciate that if you made it this far, that you've made it this far and listened to me. So please, if you like this video at all or are interested in having this idea become a reality, which I physically can't do. I can't do it. It's just my idea. I don't know how to program. I don't know anything. I can work with a computer, but I don't know anything about programming or making a game. If you want it to become a reality, I guess we have to share it and let the world know about it. But I doubt that'll ever happen. So it it just means a lot that you came and listened to me rant for almost 17 minutes now. So, if you would like, leave a comment of what you think about the game, if it ever became a thing, and share if you liked this video or liked my idea. Please tell your friends, share it, scream from the top of your roof, go tell your gram or your grandpa or anybody who's willing to listen about this idea because I really would appreciate it. But otherwise, if you made it this far, thank you again. I'm Real Odd One. Have a wonderful day. Catch you guys later.